defense. Next to him is Darrell Back, the leading rusher in the Mountain West Conference. He gets the first handoff, a short gain on the offensive side. He's back today. Second down for Johnson. Finds Derek Richards.
On is Richards from American Fork, Utah.
To the ground one more time. Plenty of room there for Darrell Mack. Lowers him.
Colorado State has to close those holes.
This time Johnson will keep. Wrapping him up there is Reno. That's Jeremy Brooks, the freshman, into the backfield. They run the option with him, and he's bottled up as well. Squirts out. Does he get the first?
Up with the first.
Instead of the 220-pounder, they go with the 165-pound freshman. Here goes Johnson, fresh set of downs, plenty of time. Finds his guy, Marquise Wilson. A lot of speed at the wideout position. Number 2, number 85. Here's Corbin Laux into the ballgame. His first, the quarterback slot. Next to him is Darrell Mack. Handoff to Mack. Behind his blockers, he's got another big hole and another first. In motion is Wesson. Will line up there at the wing, and here goes Mack again. Slowed up, but charges ahead. Back into the game on 2nd and 1 is Laux. Quarterback draw, design, blocking inside for him is Stowers. Up in space, and we want to spread him out even more. Here goes Johnson rolling. He's got a man underneath. Does a good job dumping it off to Stowers. Up and over. Special Teams Player of the Week, Louis Sakota. And Damon, deep to receive. Damon will take this one from the 1. Nice hole for him. Up across the 3rd.
Holding, number 1 of the return team. 10-yard.
Brian Johnson from Baytown, Texas, down near Houston. Caleb Haney, the quarterback of the Rams from Forney, Texas, right out, has gone over 300 yards the last 2 games. Pressure on Haney, somehow finds a way out of it for...
Averaging the last 6 games, nearly 9 per game.
Bootleg here, Dion Morton wide open. Giving chase is Steve Tate, finally put
on the tackle.
Pitch goes to Johnson, gets going downhill.
He says absolutely. He has to come down to the box and make plays.
Can he step in and make this one? No, he can't. Neither can R.J. Rice. Look at Gartrell Johnson go across the 20-yard line, deep into Utah. The spark that these guys needed for Colorado State. Again, the give is to Gartrell Johnson, and again, a big pickup across the 10-yard. The junior remains back there. Counter OT this time behind the big bodies of Cole Pemberton and Shelley Smith.
Out of bounds, but tugged down that hair.
Well, you would know the downside of having hair hanging out. The coaching staff, the offensive line has done a great job. Watch out for the halfback pass. He's got a man doing a good job of recovering. Mikey, great job by the sophomore. Can they do it again? 3rd down. Again to the air in the end zone. Way out of the reach. It's down, the kick is up, and it's 3. In the backfield is Dolan Rogers, the offset eye. All kinds of misdirection through that. He's getting healthy. So here's Johnson, buying himself some time. Tries to get it off the... There's a 3rd down for Johnson. Tries to get that one inside. Does a great 2 tights in the game, Dolan Rogers and Matt Sims. Darrell Mack running hard behind. Again, Rogers in that offset eye. It's Brooks in motion. Handoff to Mack again. 1st down. Jesse Nading and Johnson. And again, they keep feeding the big man, and he keeps running right. Sampson in the backfield. 4 different tight ends played for Utah last week against TCU. Ball into the hand last week, and the Rams win. A 3rd down and 1. Handoff to Mack, a 1st down and a whole lot more. Good blocking downfield by Hernandez. Now the lone back. He'll stay in to block. Here comes the blitz. Johnson buying some time, throws it up there high and going up to get it. Had a career day at TCU in the victory there in Fort Worth. Corbin Laux back into the game. Boy, as he hit as he has been the last few games. Here goes Mack, dancing a little bit to Utah. In motion there is Hernandez. He'll set back up in the bunch set. Johnson tries to find it coming all the way across the field. Brewer can't. We'll have to ask Liz Abel. In motion is Johnny Walker. Handoff to Johnson. Leading
half and protecting against the blitz.
Back-to-back 100-yard plus games. He's gone over 300.
You up.
Oh, no, comes out. I thought you liked it.
No, I did. I said he wouldn't have.
Expect the deep ball from Haney. That's what the Utah coaches warned their guy.
Watch the move. Comes a wow, what a catch. What a terrific catch. And I understand a catch by Morton.
A 27-yard gainer. Back to the ground they go and stood up as Gartrell Johnson after a ball coming off the hands of number 16, the senior quarterback for the Rams. Handoff.
And the hair, too. That was cool.
Where were they at our pep rally last night? Dump off here to Gartrell Johnson. He gets stoppable, but Jimmy Kaler will punt this one away. Waiting for it, and a fair catch is called.
I've seen a lot of the rugby-style kicks. I haven't seen that.
Well, we've seen plenty.
Not one-dimensional.
Back to the other dimension, one that's worked well for the Utes here lately. The ground game in Darrell Mack.
Fascinating.
Fake to Brooks and handoff to Darrell Mack. Waiting on gets better. The more carries, wears out a defense. 8.1 average on the ground right now. Back to the air into Brian Hurst.
But it's going to be a personal foul.
Defense number 56.
For Brian Johnson in the Utes. Back to pass, buying that time. He likes to step up and throw it on the giddy-up where he started the first 10 games before going down with the knee injury. Plenty of time for him here. He goes deep, up top and into the end zone. When you deal with Joey Rux, you got a guy who likes to put his nose in there and help out with the run game. It can also come back to hurt you a little bit when they... Sakota puts his foot into this one. And how about... Well, Froman puts his foot to this kickoff, and Damon Morton back into his end zone, and here he comes out with the ball. The Utes were sloppy covering kicks against TCU. They are the best kick cover team
By the return team, number 40.
Drive it down with 10:28 left to go in the first half. Counter here. Gartrell Johnson comes squirting out of there across the 20-yard line. Nice pickup in there in the backfield. A 13-yard gain instead for Johnson, and back to the Predator they go across the 30-yard line. Luke Roberts at the bottom of the screen. Haney will look that side. And how about this? The first completion for Mark
on
this
enthusiasm. 6'5", 280 pounds.
He's got to complete. How about Mikey Wright? Mikey Wright, big pop in the back. What a football player is he is just as a sophomore to read that and get back there. To the air, Johnny Walker. At the end of that Caleb Haney pass, will they mark his forward throw?
Back in the 90s.
There you go, 3rd and long for Haney. Pressure there in his face. He gets it off. Second complete. Richards waits at his own 10. Makes the catch, and here he goes. Richards lowers his hat, will get up to the tips. Have been fruitful. Touchdown, touchdown, and then a 45-yard field goal by Sakota. Handoff this time, and another big hitter across the 40-yard line. This one. You've been listening too much Eazy-E. Everybody knows you got to be stopping when you're born and raised in Compton, right? Darrell Mack, boy, he's stomped. Sandy and Blake Smith at the defensive tackle spots for the Rams right now. Again, the handoff to Wesson. Follows the blocks, and the little man dives.
Like you did.
Got that right. Handoff again to a receiver. This time it's the freshman Jeremy Brooks. Boy, he's got some speed. So from that Houston area, from Baytown. Hands off to Darrell Mack. Darrell's got the first down, and he's still going across the 20. Two backs in the backfield as Wesson joins Mack, and Wesson gets the handoff. And a keeper, Corbin Louts, eases 3rd down and 8. Johnson under center. Oh, popped as he throws, and a good play there defensively for the Utes from 45. It's up and right down. Well, he may be over there in London getting ready to play a little bit tomorrow against the Giants. Damon Morton back into the end zone and behind the wedge. Some big collisions there as the red bit with those hands. It could be almost dangerous. Handoff on the end around to Damon Morton, trying to make something happen. Gets out of one tackle.
Not a big game.
Good job for the 290-pound Gabe Long. This a dangerous one. Said he has gotten better every single day, off-season and into this season. This ball intercepted.
Who had one last week, too.
Play action pass. This one almost intercepted, and it is going back the other way. The
athleticism of that play, and it was a catch, even if the ball is on the ground.
Offensive line fires off for CSU. Gartrell.
That's right.
Deion Morton in motion. Back to passes. Haney. Here comes Martell Burnett. Gets him by the ankle. In those hands. That's Joe Kemp, one of the bigs in the NFL that works for those defensive linemen. Wow, guys all over Caleb Haney. Stands in there.
A big first down for Colorado State.
Play action pass to Johnson. And the pass to Johnson as well right there. Getting Gabe Long back on the defensive line, one of the biggest things. Here comes the blitz, and they get him. Oh, a good job. Nicolata right into the lap of Haney.
Right into him, you're right. What a play by 40.
Right there. Number 42, no huddle now, right quick to the ball in the hurry up. Here comes the blitz off the edge by McCain. Haney gets it off, and
what a catch.
They'll call it incomplete.
On the corner blitz. Look at the adjustment. What a catch. Oh,
For the third time today. Gets all of this one. Retreating is Derek Richards. He'll take it from his own 4. Good as they come up to it.
Right.
But any mistake.
Ballard, both proponents, of course, of the wishbone back in the 70s.
Near their own goal line, Damon and Dion. And Damon will take this one out of the end zone behind the wedge. Here we go. Good blocking, good Jets, and across the 30-yard line. Ways than one to get a spark. Pauga in motion, and the handoff to the Predator. Boy, he's popped just as he nears hands on his hips to get things going. First pass of the day for Billy Ferris. Pressure, but he gets it off to Luke Roberts. Roberts has a first down. Up near games ago against Air Force in place of Kyle Bell. And here's Ferris in place of Haney. Lets that one go incomplete over the Bruins. 44-6 against the 11th ranked team in the nation. These Utes took them down. A good job there just to set the life. The island of Oahu up on the North Shore. Third down and long for Ferris. Here comes the blitz. They get him. Mikey Wright. Offense with names like that flying around there. Here goes Kaler's 4th punt of the day. Derek Richards will take it from his own 11. A quick flag comes down on this return and another late one.
By the return team. Illegal block in the back. Number 7. That penalty's declined. Holding. Number 39.
One of the best tight ends in the nation. Here go the Utes, first time in the second half. Waiting on Darrell Mack, a couple of bodies. Jeff Hrenek had him.
Offense number 72.
Oh. 2nd and 15. Keeper this time for Johnson. Dances inside. So a 3rd and 13 for Utah. Wide receiver screen to Richards. Good job by the Ram. Sakota, a 44-plus yard average, and misses a boomer right here. Damon Morton goes backwards and gets back just across to pin the Rams at their own 30 to start this drive. Second drive of the half, and Billy Ferris remains in the ballgame for Colorado. He's back there right now. In motion is Pauga, and Johnson will follow right behind Big 36, waiting on. Trips down at the bottom of the screen. And the quarterback will tuck it and run. Ferris.
But they weren't sure if he had it.
They give Ferris a run.
Snap infraction by the offense. Number 57.
7 takeaways from the defense and big rushing by Gartrell Johnson. Play action pass, and Ferris goes deep. Damon Morton scoots, had it, drops it.
Great job by Johnson to come over and strip him the football.
The screen this time to Johnson. He's got 3 big bodies out front to help him out. He'll get across the original. Calling it a 3rd down and 10, and pop from behind. Another big sack. So here's Jimmy Kaler to send it to Derek Richards. Richards will let this one bounce, and it will go into the head coach of Utah. Wesson in motion. Handoff goes to Stowers. Ray Stowers races forward.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good name to throw around here. Eric Weddle playing his football. He made up. They were supposed to play at Qualcomm today against BYU. Good to hear they're back on their feet. Here's Ray Stowers across midfield. Big blocking down the field by Brian Hernandez. Wow.
Hernandez is going to get called for holding. You see it right there.
Number 16. 10-yard penalty.
Tight end in slot positions. Darrell Mack. The back, the handoff to Derek Richards. Stretches it, good job. Las Vegas guy as well. So 2nd and long for Johnson, connects with Marquise Wilson and hit hard. The guy wearing the silver and black that's gonna notice it. Here goes Matt. Sakota puts his boot into it, and it's off the upright. 3:01 left in the third quarter. Kyle Bell in at running back. They go to the air, and Damon Morton puts a little move on Sean Smith. Carries and get him some time, but he is not the better blocking back. Here he'll run it. Here goes Kyle Bell across midfield.
Per run at only 3.6.
One thing that'll stop that is your backup having a lot of success as they put him in the game for Sonny Lubick, as does Billy Ferris. Design quarterback draw here. He'll tuck it, gets across the bottom of your screen.
Here they come.
And here comes the blitz. The full house coming. Ball's up top for Morton. Can't get underneath it. Hogan in motion. 5-man blitz. Ball thrown way over the head of Pogue.
Healing time off the clock. They've got to throw for some success.
Back the other way. Brian Johnson buying some time. A great senior linebacker. They'll miss him. Alone in the backfield is Johnson as the Utes go empty. The receiver screen underneath. Marquise Wilson spins twice. Can't spin out of a third tackle. Wrapped up and dropped. Of the day, first one went 49 yards. Block was on. They don't get to it. Not as good as that last punt. Now here's that counter tray and a handoff, a reverse to Damon Morton. There's a big pickup on first. In motion is Dion Morton, will line up in the slot and block for Bell. Well, Bell powering forward now.
He's the #1 guy, and when he's replaced, he should have a, you know, a kind of little sour spot in his stomach about that. But he's got the right guy in there, even though Ferris put together some good drives. Caleb is
Here, they had to switch to Johnson, and to watch that from the sidelines, that will light a fire, and they hand it off to him.
But you know, hopefully Josh Falk can put together a good outing and, you know, give these Rockies fans what they're looking for.
That would be some logic. They look alike. 3rd down and 8. Back to the ground in Kyle Bell. It's a 2-yard, just enough. And can they stop Colorado State on 4th down? Wide receiver screen to Dion Morton. 2 backs next to Johnson. Misdirection back there, and then the handoff interception return. Zach Bryson for a touchdown against UNLV last week. Plenty of time for Johnson. Dumps that one off to Brian Hernandez, pulled backwards. And lunch. 3rd and 2, and Johnson will throw it. Throws it high, nice, and Braden Godfrey's first catch of the
Mason in this case is in man coverage, but what a catch. That's the advantage.
Wesson in motion. He'll block for Stowers. Ray Stowers lowers his shoulder. Here's Stowers Schlotterhoff pulling there and trying to lead the way. Postponed the BYU San Diego State game. This ball on the ground, and that's the big break. Bet the Rams.
Billy Ferris in the 3rd quarter, and now Kyle Bell here in the 4th. I'm just confused.
Out of the backfield is Bell. 3 wides, Dion Morton, the bottom of your screen. Setting up the screen to Bell. Good job, Martell Burnett. Turning and burning. 4.5 sacks coming into the day. 2nd in the Mountain West Conference. Haney in trouble again. Dropped. 83, we'll have to check in on him as Jimmy Kaler boots this one away, calling for a fair catch, but letting it hit in front of him as Derek Richards takes a Ramney, and Gary Anderson has had to patch some holes, but he's done a great job with that. Offensively, they found just the right guys and right Munson and company. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs. Again, the handoff to Mack. And again, it's a big gainer. Look at Mack go across the 40, the 45 up near midfield. 140 yards. He's on the sidelines now, and in comes Ray Stowers. Jeremy Brooks in motion, handoff to Stowers. He gets the edge. There he goes. This will be a big run across the 30, the 20, lowers a hat, and Mike Pagnotta. Darrell Mack checks back into the ball game. And he'll take the handoff. Other side this time. Good blocking downfield, dives forward. Will Carey's got hurt in the first game. He'll be back for spring ball. And whoa. All right. Mack meets a wall of green jerseys. Let Sampson in the backfield. Dolan Rogers in motion. The lead and an easy walk into the end zone. And for the extra point. And here goes Damon. Out of his end zone one more time. He'll dance. He's got a lot of field over here if he can get to the edge. Good job of holding on to that in the clock. And Michael Myers enters the ball game. Here's Damon Morton, just keeps on working for that offense. Gets a. Now it's John Mosier into the backfield for the Rams. A flag comes down as Haney moves around and throws it out there for Damon.
Still formation. Offense, only 6 men on the line of scrimmage.
Running the football in the second half. Here's Haney. He'll throw this one to Michael Myers. Myers has got some speed, and he's got a second down and long for Haney, and Mikey Wright comes in and gets his second.
Of Giannone, he certainly shows some speed from his middle linebacker spot. Actually, she didn't see it. She was on the Megan bed, getting a little massage.
Got the big body. You'd think he'd be a lot of support against the run. And when you ask them, they say absolutely not. All we have, you're 6'7", 235 pounds. Oh, the big man goes. the big in the nation. You know, and I think that says, Todd, a lot about a coaching staff.
Bowl game. That's what they always say. I think Utah, what you just